It's hard to believe Frank is really gone. His absence leaves a void that words can hardly describe. The world feels a little less bright without his laugh. His laughter was infectious, a beacon of joy in our lives. He was my friend, my picking partner, and my brother of the open road. Together, we traveled countless miles, seeking hidden treasures and sharing unforgettable moments. We shared a love for rusty gold and the stories whispered by forgotten treasures. Each item we found was a piece of history, a fragment of a story waiting to be told. Frank had a way of finding magic in the mundane, seeing value where others saw junk. His keen eye and intuition were unparalleled. He taught me to look beyond the surface, to see the history etched in every dent and scratch. Every imperfection was a testament to the item's journey through time. Frank wasn't just a picker, he was a storyteller. His tales brought the past to life, making each antique more than just an object. He understood that every item held a story, a connection to the past. He had a unique ability to connect with people through these stories. He could spend hours talking to folks, listening to their tales, and breathing life back into forgotten relics. His genuine interest in people and their histories was truly remarkable. He had a heart of gold, always willing to lend a helping hand or share a kind word. His kindness and generosity touched everyone he met. His generosity knew no bounds, and his passion for picking was contagious. He inspired many to see the beauty in the old and the forgotten. He had a way of making everyone feel like they were part of the adventure. His spirit will live on in the stories we tell and the treasures we find. Our journey began on the back roads of America, where the landscape was as diverse as the treasures we sought. Two guys in a van chasing down rusty gold, driven by curiosity and a passion for the past. We'd spend hours driving, scouring barns, sheds, and garages for hidden treasures. Each stop be a new adventure. It wasn't always glamorous, but we didn't care. The dirt and grime were just part of the journey. We were in our element, surrounded by history and fueled by the thrill of the hunt. Each find telling a story of its own. Frank loved the open road, the freedom it represented, and the endless possibilities it held. He loved meeting new people, hearing their stories, and digging through their forgotten treasures. Each encounter adding to race you identity journey. He had a knack for finding the extraordinary in the ordinary, the diamond in the rough, and his excitement was contagious. He was always on the lookout for a good deal, but it was never just about the money for Frank. It was about the thrill of discovery. It was about the history, the craftsmanship, and the stories behind each piece. Each item a link to the past and a story waiting to be told. We didn't just find antiques on our picks. We found friendships that would last a lifetime. Frank had a way of connecting with people from all walks of life, no matter where they came from or what their background was. He could talk to anyone, and he always made people feel comfortable as if they had known him for years. He was genuinely interested in their stories, and he had a knack for finding common ground. Even with folks who seemed worlds apart, his curiosity and warmth were infectious. I remember one pick in particular that truly showcased Frank's unique ability to connect with people. We were in rural Iowa visiting an old farm that had been in the same family for generations. The scenery was picturesque, with rolling fields and antique barns. The owner, a gruff old farmer named Earl, was hesitant to let us poke around at first. He was protective of his family's legacy. But Frank, in his own charming way, won him over with his genuine interest in pets and respectful approach. Soon Earl was regaling us with stories about his family history, the farm, and the treasures he'd accumulated over the years. His eyes lit up as he shared his memories. By the end of the day, we'd not only found some amazing pics, but we'd also made a friend for life. That was Frank's gift, turning every encounter into a meaningful connection. He could turn strangers into friends and pics into cherished memories, leaving a lasting impact on everyone he met. Frank had an uncanny ability to spot a diamond in the rough. He could walk into a packed barn, his eyes scanning the clutter, and somehow zero in on the most interesting and valuable items. He had a deep appreciation for history, and he could tell you the story behind almost every item we picked, from its origins to its significance. He was a walking encyclopedia of antique knowledge. He knew the difference between a Victorian-era doorknob and a reproduction just by touch. He could tell you the age of a piece of furniture by the type of wood and the joinery used. He had a sixth sense for value, and he rarely made a bad pick. For Frank, picking was never just about the money. Sure, we all love a good find, but for Frank, it was about preserving history. He saw himself as a caretaker of the past, rescuing forgotten treasures from obscurity and giving them a new lease on life. He believed that every item had a story to tell, and he wanted to make sure those stories were passed down to future generations. He loved seeing the look on people's faces when he showed them a piece of history they could hold in their hands. He knew he wasn't just buying and selling antiques. He was sharing a piece of the past. Section 6. A connection forged in steel and rust. We had our disagreements, sure. What partners don't? But our shared passion for picking always brought us back together. We were two sides of the same coin, each bringing our own unique perspectives and expertise to the table. I was always the more pragmatic one, focused on the bottom line, while Frank was the dreamer, the romantic, the one who saw the beauty and history in everything. We balanced each other out, and I think that's what made our partnership work so well. We challenged each other, pushed each other, and made each other better pickers and better people. Section 7. Laughter, friendship, and the open road. We shared countless laughs on the road. Frank had a way of finding humor in every situation, even the most stressful ones. He was always cracking jokes, telling stories, and keeping our spirits high. He had a contagious laugh that could brighten even the dreariest of days. We'd spend hours talking about everything and nothing, sharing stories, debating the merits of various antiques, and just enjoying each other's company. We were more than just picking partners, we were best friends, brothers bonded by our shared love for the open road and the thrill of the hunt. Section 8. A legacy etched in time. Frank's legacy will live on through the countless treasures he unearthed and the stories he shared. He inspired a new generation of pickers to look beyond the surface, to see the value in the discarded and the forgotten. He taught us that history is all around us, waiting to be rediscovered. He reminded us that the true value of an item lies not in its monetary worth, but in its ability to connect us to the past, to tell a story, and to spark our imaginations. He left an indelible mark on the world of antiques, and his passion for picking will continue to inspire generations to come. Section 9, Frank's Picks. A treasure trove of memories. When I think of Frank, I don't just remember the antiques. I remember the stories behind them. The look on his face when he'd unearth a rare piece. The way his eyes would light up as he'd tell me its history. The sound of his laughter as we'd haggle over a price. Those are the memories I'll cherish forever. He was more than just a picker. He was a guardian of history, a lover of stories, and a true original. He'll be deeply missed, but his spirit will live on in every rusty treasure we find. Keep on picking, my friend. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more sizzling trends.